Welcome back, my peoples, to another Kerbal episode. We're going to Gilly and Eve like we want to do in the beginning of this series. We are launched off, and this thing flies like a dump truck. It does not fly well at the start. Like, we're just flipping around, like, oh geez, is it gonna go? Okay, we're steady. All right, we got it. Whew. Yeah, that was a little rough. Bob was going like, what the heck's going on with this ship? You guys told me it was gonna fly decent. As he cuts off and cruise up to Applewaps here, make our orbital maneuver. That's easy, normal, everyday stuff. And we'll detach that stage and blow the fairing. And there we got. This is kind of why I was flipping around. We got a little rover. We're gonna drop down on Eve at the top of this thing. Starting that booster. I'm gonna perfect this maneuver. Alright, we're up, and then we'll switch to our bomb stage here. We'll fly that back down on the Kerbin. We were going to try to save it, but we didn't quite have the Delta V, and I didn't put any parachutes on it, so it just crashes into the ocean. But hey, we didn't leave it floating in space. Save the solar bears. And then we're already set up for the Eve transfer window, so we'll pull up our transfer window planner here and give us our escape burn trajectory. It's an amazing mod to have. Works so good, which I definitely needed to get back. You'll see. I did cut some of it, but I just kind of tweak it a little bit. And you pretty much start out right where it says there on that blue line, the arrow, and you just kind of move it a little bit, and you'll catch the counter pretty easily. Warp on around. Get pointed. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! And burning out to Gilly. Well, to Eve, actually. Then we'll go to Gilly. There we are. And then shut the maneuver down, 10, 20 meters per second to go. And just kind of eyeball it in. And then you see that nice encounter. Alright, and then we'll get our solar panels out and get ready to zoom on out away from Kerbin. And there goes the month spin around. Now we're out here. We'll go to our furthest point from the sun. I was like, oh, we could go there, but let's do Applewaps from the sun to make our maneuver much more easier and efficient. Then we'll pull up, and then you want to switch to Gilly because that's where we're eventually going to go. That's our real target. So then we want to pull this down, and we want to get our descending node pretty much the same as the periapsis. And that way we'll know we're at pretty much in line with Gilly. So here we'll maneuver that down. Make sure we got our orbit around Eve going the correct way, as we didn't do on Duna. And Eve's way more important for that. There's a lot more gravitational effect, and then the way Gilly goes around, since we're going to Gilly, you definitely want to be going the same way as Gilly, because otherwise, the encounter would be more of a head-on collision than an encounter. Or you just burn excessive amounts of Delta V to slow down. But now we got a crash course for Gilly. We'll detach that bomb stage there and let it crash on into Gilly. To Eve. I keep saying Gilly. Gilly's the moon. Gilly's where we're gonna go. Good old Eve there. And then we'll set a maneuver, get our craft back out, which again we want to be pretty much on that periapsis with the descending node, or ascending node, whatever one it happens to be. It doesn't gotta be super perfect, but really, really close. The closer, the better your Gilly encounter is gonna be. And then we'll burn that out. And you definitely don't want to try to aero brake into Eve. It's super dangerous. And we'll warp up, transition. That's what I meant to say. And now we'll grab a crew port, and Bob will pop out. Collect this science from high above Eve. And then we'll get us a orbit on Eve. You want it just get the orbit. That's gonna make it easier for our Gilly. Line up on that. And warp in. And there's our booster stage. Boom! Crashes into Eve. Make sure we're on full thrust as we cut our thrust down for the maneuver to get crashing in and to pull out. And here we go. We're coming around, making that orbit, pulling it in, pulling it in. And here it comes. 90, 70, 60, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 9. Orbit. A wonderful, wonderful orbit. Alright, and then Eve was in the way. We couldn't get rid of the note till we got away. We'll go up to apoapsis and we'll make a maneuver to get into Eve's atmosphere so we can drop our little rover off and it can go visit Eve. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Pulling in, and now we'll detach from our rover here. And find the decoupler. There it is. Decouple. And rover away. Well, of course, we gotta get us out of that maneuver. Oh, well, the decoupling sent us out. That's good. Force the decouple. So then we'll turn retrograde for our rover. We'll zoom on in above the beautiful purple atmosphere of Eve. Not sure if I really like the clouds for me because the stock one you can kind of see the land and it's really nice looking. Oh, we blew up. We're going in kind of head first there. We did only blow up a tire, wasn't too bad. So it doesn't matter because you're going to see here in a minute. Oh, there we go, through the atmosphere. We'll fall down and deploy our chutes. 4 drogue chutes. Let them kind of slow us down a little bit. Oh, we're coming into the cloud layer. Coming to that thick lower cloud layer. Swimming it into Eve. A new discovery, a new planet. That's very treacherous to get to. Look at that cloud layer. Oh no, we're over the ocean. So we dropped we'll try to do a little science here. Try to transport some back as we glide down, and we're gonna dump the rover into the ocean. Oh, buddy. Not as planned. Not as planned at all. Poof, into the water. And then we'll detach our little sky crane there that didn't really sky crane as much. It's more meant for Duna. A lot thinner atmosphere that wouldn't have lifted off anything at the pressure of Eve. And we'll dump it, and then we'll just sink to the bottom of the ocean with our rover here. Oh, sinking. Down, down, down. Down in a ring of fire. Yeah, it's not really a ring of fire, but we're just gonna sink. Just gonna sink. Sink. Oh, I think we might hit the bottom. Nope, still sinking. Alright. But it will let us transfer away now. Back to our ship. So now we gotta get back up to apoapsis again. So then we'll want to pull our periapsis out to about the distance of Gilly there. We see our encounter nodes. Alright. Then we'll warp up. We'll make this bearing. There we go. And got it. Now, we'll go in and we'll do another maneuver and we'll watch some little nodes come in until we get a Gilly encounter. Let's play around with it a little bit. There we go. Gilly encounter. Set on that maneuver. Warp on up. Don't turn our throttle down because you'll blow right past Gilly super quickly. Very small sphere of influence. But it is a kind of a rather easy place to get to. No, we kind of cracking out here and get all glitchy and like, oh no. Are we gonna get it? Are we gonna get it? Where to go? We'll just make another maneuver, play around a little bit, get it back in. Like I said, it's super small sphere influence. You can lose it very easily. And there it is again, flickering. So nope. Bearing the other way. And there we got it. We got it. It's crazy. It's going crazy. Do a quick save. Usually that helps out. And it did. Yeah, sometimes it freaks out like that. Just quick save, come back. And there we got our encounter. And then we gotta get rid of our hyper warp. We don't go warping into the surface here. And warp down. Which Gilly has a very, very low gravity. You don't really need to worry much about landing legs or anything. I land on the engine. I think Matt Lowndes' video, early easy tech or low tech to Gilly, he just lands flat on the side of the rocket. Just kind of floats in on it. But and then bunk. Got a little bounce. Time warp back in. And it's just kind of sliding, and then you just do a little time warp easy on it, and then it'll settle you down and consider you landed. So we'll grab that science, pop on out, take it all, restore. And he floats on down to the surface. I think technically you can put your ship in an orbit and you can EVA down and back. It's that low gravity. It's that easy to move around. And plant the flag and off he goes. Yeah, see, just a little bit of RCS and we go way over it. And we'll just kind of come back in. Climb on board. Then I was thinking just kind of tumbling. I was like, well, maybe we can just kind of flip around and tumble. Try to do a little spin maneuver, but it ain't really spinning and tumbling. Like, well, let's try to tumble it. But then I was kind of worried about breaking off science experiments and my antenna. So I was like, you know what? We'll just point up a little bit, give it a little boost, and go fly up to another zone. We're hitting 2 biomes on Gilly. We don't usually, I'm afraid about Delta V and everything. But I knew on here, it takes very little bit to move around. So we'll go make one stop. So we hit the Midlands. Now we'll cruise up to the Highlands. Just kind of checking the ground, looking, hoping maybe we can find a green monolith. There is a green monolith that randomly spawns on Gilly in every game. I know I was talking about that way back in the beginning too, that I wanted to come and find it. And I was going to put a probe core and send it around, but that ended up not happening. We could come back to Gilly another time looking for that with scan tech. Oh, here we're coming down. In the Highlands. And Gilly only has Highlands, Lowlands, and Midlands. So there's only 3 volumes, so I had 2. Grab science over. Low, and then we just kind of slide down. The perpetual slide out was like, do I really want to try to stop it to get out and eat? Like get a plant a flag, or like now we can grab a surface sample from the EVA here. We'll just do a little slide maneuver, grab our science, then we'll do everything but plant a flag. We know we've gone to the Midlands and the Highlands. Like I said, there's only 2 biomes. It's not that big a deal to be like, oh, what biome was that? I know there's only 3, and I've been to 2. The only one I didn't go to was the Lowlands. So if we come back, we'll go there, and then we just boost on away. Let's get away from this place and never come back. Which we wanted a nice high. Well, it's a little higher than what I was really going for, but we'll just cruise away from this little asteroid moon, silly little rock. Make sure we got all our science, because this is a big gain on science on this one, larger than we've ever had. We're gonna get really close and lock in the whole tech tree after this one. I mean, we hit 2 biomes. We got some stuff from Eve as well, so of course it's gonna be a lot bigger than anything we ever did before. We would have had a similar one had we went to Ike with Duna, but we didn't. And now we got our circular orbit, which we didn't really need. That was kind of pointless. And then do a quick save. So, hop out the solar panels. Grab science over Gilly. I think we got the low, now we're grabbing the high. Near space and high in space. Moving around. Maneuver. Alright. And now we're back to a very large orbit of Eve. Oh, alright, captured by Eve again. And now we'll set Kerbal as our target. And then I played around with maneuver node for 45 minutes and tried, and I had an encounter, and then I warped out a little bit. I tried to do a halfway encounter, to correct, and that ended up being more delta V than we had, so then we, good thing quick save, so then we had to come back. And now that ever so important mod I always talk about, the transfer window planner. We just put in, or I went with our largest orbit, I think, the farthest we were out, and then I just went for like 50 to be inside the Kerbal, and it shows kind of, about here. And guess what? We go, and we gotta move a little bit further up off that blue line. All right, there we got an encounter now. And I go that now, and I just start tweaking on it. No, let's come back in. Show the phase. Oh, okay. Warp around. See this is where this mod comes in so handy. It's like, oh, well, if you want a good encounter, you need to be in this position. Oh, okay. Now when I go off from the blue arrow out there, which is kind of like right by where Gilly is. No, we don't want to target Gilly. We want to put a maneuver out here. And oh, look how close that is now. Well, it just takes a little bit of tweaking. forward. Let's move. Let's see what happens. Okay. Bringing it in. Getting it kind of lined up. Alright, bring it back. Now we'll just move that. Alright. Oh, hey, there we go. We got him. Oh, that's not really. And pulled in. Oh, look, there we go. And it's only cost us 971 delta V. Gotta love the transfer window planner. If you're playing on console, I don't know what to tell you. If you're playing on a PC, get that mod. Oh yeah. It definitely is a lifesaver. It saved Bob's life. He would have been stranded out there. We would have had to get the Blunderbirds to come and save him. Almost. Tweaking it in. Alright, there we go. Hey, there's our... Oh, well, let's cruise that in. Get rid of the maneuver node. Pop it onto the Apple axis was the most efficient place to do a inclination change. And we're like, hey, we don't even care how we come in. We just want to come into the atmosphere. Well, I mean, not so much that we die, but get in that 40-some range. And here we go. Warp around. And burn it in. Checking it. Oh, a little too far. Oh, there we go. Oh, we're at 73. That's not in the atmosphere. That's not going to work. So I'm like, well, let's see. What's it going to cost if we make an orbit and then go out and pull it in? That's not too bad, but it's kind of pointless to do that. And oops, we didn't want to go out. We want to come in. 57? Yeah, alright. Warp into the influence of Kerbin. Alright, now that we got that. Oh yeah, and then there was a meteor where I was going to try to get to where I could see that coming and crash, but I kind of missed it. I was like, whoa, that was a meteor like coming right at Kerbin. So I was trying to kind of slowly warp in to be able to see that. I kind of missed it. That would have been neat. That's neat. We're burning. Okay, we got aero brake, which we pulled it right into no need for extra orbits. Oh, pull it back out. Oh, I think that's the time warp messing with it. And here we are. Oh, it's hot. Oh, it's hot. It's heating up. Oh no. You might want to detach from that. Stuff's blowing up. Oh, we just let it blow up right on through us. Good thing it didn't blow us up. I think I did hit the... Try to detach like as it was like exploding. That was a little close call there, but hey, we did it. We'll just act like that was all meant to be. And then trajectory mod went crazy here because we going in and out and back in. It's a nice, fun mod to have. I was pinpointing landings. Not super needed, but it's a good thing to have. And Kerbal Engineer will give you a landing vector, but it's not as accurate because it doesn't take an effect for the atmosphere where trajectories does. And we're warping around. The fireball's done. So we're going to come back into it again. We escaped the atmosphere. Not sure. I didn't never know there was rivers before. That's kind of neat. I mean, that might be part of the Eve mod. I got it on the stock textures though, so it shouldn't put anything too moddy in it. So maybe that's somewhat stock to have a river. I don't believe I've ever seen a river before. I like it though. And here we coming, burning in over the ocean. Flames are out. Rotating down, vertical, deploy the chutes. And warp on in, chutes open. I must not see, there's the landing marker from Kerbal Engineer. Not that we really need that at the moment. I mean, we know we're dropping straight down in the ocean. So it's kind of nice to see a target. Here we come into the ocean, then I turn the target off. Sploosh. And there we go. 4,000, 6,000 total for this one. Holy moly, that's a lot of science. And like and subscribe. And we'll grab just about all of everything here. Like, huh, let's get this, let's get this, let's get this. We need that, we need that. And then that leaves us just these couple. Definitely one more trip. Probably gonna do